What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tazz Suplex the Stigma. And I am your co-host, Naynay. And we have a special guest, Missa Kate! And Luis and Shannon and Jose.
And fuck Tazz, right?
Oh, hi, Tazz.
Hello.
Hello, Missa Kate.
What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today?
You would think she's never held a microphone. She's been retired for a month and already forgot how to hold a microphone.
I was told to hold this a certain way, and I've never had to hold a microphone like this before. So, this is new.
Very intricate.
Hello. Thank you.
Oh my God. For those that don't know, Missa Kate is our friend, not only our friend.
Sometimes.
You know, she was the first person that introduced us to the professional wrestling.
Whoa. First person to introduce it.
Okay.
She's not that special.
Introduce me, Tazz.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, into the professional wrestling world. Thank you so much. Okay.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
What is it?
The intricacies?
Yes. Intricacies. And intricacies. And intricate touch.
That'll work.
Get it? Seize, touch, here.
So we're going to talk about Missa Kate. Who is Missa Kate?
Who was Missa Kate?
Damn.
That's a snippet right there.
So how about this? Before I answer the question, why doesn't everybody else answer first? And then I'll give my answer. I think that'll be
Wow, I feel like we're in preschool again. Jose, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Who is Missa Kate? Missa Kate, I thought that it was like a very specific fake name, but then when I actually realized why it's Missa Kate, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I'm not gonna spoil why it's Missa Kate. I was just gonna say, oh, that makes sense. But I thought it was a lot more complicated than it really was. So that's
Good answer. Good
Yeah.
answer.
Shannon.
Why are you skipping?
Yeah, why'd you skip?
Huh?
It's your turn.
It's your
No,
turn.
Everyone has to say.
I'm going to say it, but
He wants to be the last one.
Is the question who's Missa Kate?
Yes.
She's a beautiful, fiery spitball.
wow, she went another route with that.
Very talented and loves creatures.
That was well said. I think for me, Missa Kate was and hopefully will still be someone who I've given flowers to in previous podcasts, but she's done a lot for so many people. Like You Are More, Goodnote, all the photographers in the Midwest. There's a lot of people that are, in a lot better places because they've known her and because of who she is. And she's not just a great friend, but she's an ambassador for her friends too. So that to me is who Missa Kate will forever be.
Top that.
Hold on a second. I feel like an idiot because I thought we were talking about how your name, and I'm over here making none of it. And then he gives a best man speech at a wedding. So now I feel like a
the
dick.
The answer is yes, you are an idiot.
Yeah. All right. I think we all do that.
You want to try again?
Yeah. Ready? Ditto what Lewis said. Oh,
Don't
yeah.
use that twin card.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Everything.
That's that twin magic right there.
Drew a blue too.
Drew a blue too.
I heard Blue Chew. Are we sponsored? No?
Not yet.
It sounds like a personal thing.
Tazz.
I just wanted to get a vibe of where everybody. I didn't know if we were roasting Missa. I didn't know.
I feel like an idiot.
I feel like I wanted to roast Missa, but if we're gonna stay true to all this, Missa Kate's the person that helped little Tazz's dreams come true. Took me 30 years to get into a wrestling ring, and that wouldn't have happened without Missa Kate. I was just a fan that thought I knew what things were, and then she showed me that Tazz doesn't know what things are all the time. So she's a rival of the Tazz Knows brand, but it's a good thing because that's what the podcast is all about, is to show Tazz what I know and don't know. And because of Missa Kate, I know a little bit more about the professional wrestling world. Because of Missa Kate, I know the You Are More family. And because of both of those, I was able to be part of a professional wrestling show back in September, which It's one of the main highlights of my life, and I don't know if I would have been able to go through the rest of my life without at least having one experience like that. So to have that experience and to do it with such great people and great friends made it that much more special for me. So.
All right, what you got, Naynay?
Missa Kate is my bestie. Yeah. And whoever wants to fight me, go for it. No, I truly mean when I said she is an amazing friend. And I started watching professional wrestling because of Tazz, yes. But behind the scenes.
I was the one that introduced you to
You
wrestling.
did, but we're talking about behind the scenes. I've never actually experienced to witness the life of a professional wrestler. And I'm forever grateful. I was humbled because, yes, I was one of those that talked a lot of crap. And I've said it in previous podcasts. I was also the person that didn't believe it until I got to see everything and the aches and pains. And you were actually the one that let me in the ring before anybody else did. And I really appreciate it because it brought a different perspective. It brought me to reality, and it also helped me gain a lot more respect for you. So again, I am with you. I'm gonna back you up. I'll be the Naynay who's gonna beat up anybody that doesn't like you. No, but I really appreciate you, and thank you for introducing me to you and more. Thank you to introducing me to the new friends that we have, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. Okay? Gotcha.
Thank you guys. So here, I'll let you let him get like you better make this good.
No, I don't want to talk about.
Well, this is your last chance. Do you feel bad enough you want, or if not, we can just move on.
This is your Tosh point over redemption.
All right.
Give it another shot. No.
We'll just,
Like,
just
fuck
cut
you
it out.
guys.
Just cut it out. Well, thank you guys. That was all very nice. I was not expecting those answers. See, and just like not as stupid of an answer that you had, but like similar in the sense of like, I was expecting like Missa Kate character answers, and those.
That's
were
what I
really,
was. That's why I wanted to go last.
You just talked about a name. That's like Naynay.
Wait, so I was
Technically-
right. I thought that's where she was going. Like what was like what is?
You guys got like personal like Missa Kate behind the scenes, which is great.
Like
I was thinking Missa
best man
Kate
speech.
in front of the camera.
he's all like little Tazz, and she's like best friend. I'm over here like you know who.
You know.
You know.
But that ADHD. Thank you guys. But no, so I guess just to answer your question from the beginning, character wise, Missa Kate to me was always parts of me, either, growing up as far as like my teenage years, little rebel here and there, which you guys have heard some stories now.
Unfortunately.
That it's funny how it sounds like a lot of stories are made up until you guys are actually now a part of my life, and you're like, no, those are real things that you go through and happen. So that's fun. That's why Missa Kate, the character, when I created her, which Missa Kate is a mixture of my first and middle name, Melissa Kathleen Tyler, is my full government name. It's the whitest name available. So that's where that came from. But no, the character itself was essentially just different parts of me mixed with different parts of people that I've grown up with, or things that I've witnessed, characteristics of people I didn't like when I was a bad guy, characteristics of people that I did like when I was a good guy. But overall, Missa Kate was just someone that, no matter what, always wanted to make the impossible possible. But also just wanted to have a good time. And if that was myself just having a good time by fucking someone up, then I was going to do that as a bad guy. But also, maybe as a good guy, just dance in the ring and have a good time that way. I'm an only child. I have fun by myself a lot. So, you got to learn young. But yeah. So now, do we want to do character? I'm just curious. I was always, because it's like, when it's yourself and you're like, oh, like, yes, you are Sean, but you have Tazz character. Naynay, but is like still, it's all extensions of ourselves, right? So I feel like it's always interesting to see different perspectives. Because personally, like when I would ask, I would get different answers. but at the core was always the same. So what was your guys' experience? Now you could answer correctly. As far as Missa Kate, the character in the ring, work, stuff like that. Like because I don't have your guys' perspective. I have my own.
When did you guys first see Missa?
So when I met Missa, was in its like infancy, and we didn't have anything like really going for us like model wise or ambassador wise, and she was like literally one of the first wrestlers who just saw the message as it was, plain and simple, and was like, I want to rep that. And it's funny because like the Missa Kate character, she's like a bully, she's like, angry and like she yells at children, but then she was like, hey, if you're struggling with your mental health, it's all right. But then she's like causing damage to mental health people ringside. So like that never made sense, but like to me it made the most sense because she's Chicago's sweetheart. Like we like love to hate her. She's like enjoyable. And there's been many times like we see her like at a show or something, like I'll text her immediately afterwards. I was like, dude, like I'm so proud of you. Like the reaction that you got, like you have a great aura when you come out to the ring. Like people genuinely had fun when they watched her wrestle, and she was really, really enjoyable. And to me, like Missa Kate doesn't differentiate a lot. It's Melissa with like the volume turned up all the way up, which is what people, people say like that's like the best character work, right? It's yourself with the volume turned all the way up. So we can still appreciate Melissa, but still definitely give Missa Kate her flowers because she's, again, I'm just gonna keep doing this in front of you because it's true. Like we don't give people their flowers when they're here, so definitely appreciate them and give them their credit when it's due. So I can't say thank you enough. I'm gonna keep saying it. Yep.
You got something?
Oh, no pressure.
I mean, when we first met Missa, was it Squared Circle Expo? No, what was it? Yeah. I'll be honest. I was like, wow, she's a sweetheart. Like she was so nice, and like how Lewis was saying, yeah, that's like
Some might say
how Lewis was saying, like she's so good at like being a heel and stuff like that, and really sticking to her character. But like when you really get to like know her, you're like, man, she's a sweetheart. And I remember just being at so many shows, like seeing her and stuff. And it's like so funny because she would take it like she takes her role very seriously. And me and Lewis, like we're there watching her, we're cheering, we're like, go, let's go, Missa. And then people are like, oh, Missa sucks. But we're the only two people chanting for Missa.
And then I end up yelling at you
and
guys.
And then she's like, hey guys, can you guys shut the fuck up? she's like, I'm a heel. She's like, I'm a heel. I mean, listen, like, we like Missa. It's like she was just so good, and it was just so funny because like we always had her back, like no matter like if she was a heel or whatever, and I just think she was like, to Lewis's point, like everything he said, like she was just, her aura was always there, and like her character work was always there. And it was funny because like I would like upload like videos of her, like her matches and stuff like that, and she only ever cared about the videos where she's being an asshole to little kids. she's like send me this. She's like, but like her moves are like a good move or like something impressive, like a kick, a running knee or whatever. You're like, damn, that was pretty cool. Like she's gonna ask me for this one. Like out of all the videos, she's like, hey, send me this, and it's like it's like her pretending to punch a little girl or something like that. And I'm like, oh, all right. So yeah.
I think Tazz can talk more about when we first encountered Missa, and it was during the pandemic times where we didn't find any other place to go to, and we came across Zella Pro, and I saw Missa. I was like, damn, she's badass, right? I am naturally a tomboy. I like to dress up, cutesy here and there. But I saw the tomboy in her. I'm like, she's raw. I like that. I like to see that because you were not scared to be like, no, I'm going to fuck you up. And I was like, I like that mindset. But Tazz can continue with the story.
Because our first experience with Missa was babyface Missa.
Yeah.
And that was different.
Yeah.
Like
that was like Bailey Missa. People say. Bailey. Like, I'm just happy to be here, guys.
I would have gone
like,
for everyone that's played the WWE games, like she was like your creator wrestler.
Yeah.
like generic baby face kind of thing. I was like, wow. But
Cuteness, aggression.
I said that.
but like her stuff in the ring was what caught our attention. She was one of because we were new to the indie scene. We were never like I was the one that dragged my friends to go watch indie wrestling just because WWE was shut down and we didn't know when anything was gonna happen. So we're like, all right, let's go to this indie show and see what happens. And then she was one of the people that really stood out to us the most. And then we went back like every month for a while until she stalked us and forced us to be her friend. But that's we'll let her tell that side. But no, like the stuff in ring and stuff. And then once we got to see your character develop, and once you kind of got to the feel for it, and especially got into the heel mode, like Jose was saying, that's when it was like, all right, this is Missa Kate. If we're talking who is Missa Kate character wise, it was the bullying of the kids.
I also don't think it's a character.
I tell people all the time. I'm like, it's a legal way to be myself. People don't believe me. They think I'm lying.
Working with her at Square Circle Expo, like, hey, it's raining. Yeah, it is raining. So go get my car. Oh, okay. Like right now? Yeah, you think I'm gonna go out there and pull it up? Oh shit. Okay, yeah. I guess I'm doing that.
Oh, that was funny. I was so hungry. I was like, bro, I'm hungry. Get my fucking car. That was good. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman.
Let's go get it. I came in with glasses all wet. I'm like, I got it. It's out there. So.
Oh gosh. What you got?
So I'm obviously the least wrestling fan here, but I will say
Cut that out.
I don't.
Cut that out.
I have admiration for it. I can say that, and I don't remember when I met Missa Kate, Melissa. But I do remember one of the shows. I do remember. I think it was the recent time. Maybe it was at the Brat Shop, but and when you were coming out, and you were like, I think there was a kid with a sign, and I think you threw,
kid.
yeah, you threw it or something, and I was like, someone like I there's certain things I can tune into more, and then others I'll zone out a bit more. But when you came out, I was like, this is cool because you always see, I feel like more, at least from my perspective, the dudes are usually, you see the bad guys and stuff, or like and you don't really see that from a female perspective. So it brings something like refreshing. So I think it is really cool. And I think it's admirable just because your personality in itself is just very extroverted and you just don't really care or like what people think. It's just like, but I don't, no one would think that because you just be, you don't even think about it. And I don't know. I think it really is a great character.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, Missa, we're going to ask you the same question if you can remember when you met all of us.
Damn. Feelings are about to be hurt.
I don't even know who you people are. You just drug me here.
We kidnapped her.
Yeah. You're like, hey, you remember this? I'm like, you brought me back to like trauma. This is like where I first started wrestling. I was like, I never want to come back here, Jack. Never. And then all of a sudden, I don't really remember anything. Like, Naynay's like, hey, drink this. It's really good. I was like, okay. And then I woke up and I was here. Yeah. At one point, my pants were off. It was really
Cut that part out.
I'm kidding.
Great time to announce you're the first ambassador.
Do you want to announce it now or wait till later? Okay,
let's
just
announce it
everyone
now.
knows.
Hey, Missa Kate, breaking news for this podcast. We have signed Missa Kate to an ambassador deal at You Are More. She is the first ever You Are More ambassador. Woo! Wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Cue picture here.
They're asking for a lot of our editing skills on that one.
No, you guys got it. But oh gosh, you guys know I hit my head a lot. The first show I remember you guys at was Zello in Milwaukee. Like you guys said on Weed Street was the first time.
False. It was Wheat Street.
Yeah, I remember Zello in Milwaukee. Because
We were there.
Yeah,
We went to those too.
Yeah, because I remember I feel like that's when we talked the most.
Yeah. We didn't talk the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
We weren't there for you. We were there for other people. We went to go talk to them because they were cooler. I won't drop names though.
Where are they now, huh? Where are they now?
Do you want to know? One of them was in the WWE.
You say was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said past tense. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, aren't we talking about the past tense of Missa Kate?
We're in a ring right now, dude.
No. I'm never
Don't
bumping
you
it.
stand up out of that hand like you're gonna do something.
I just needed the hand to grab the other butt cheek real quick. 'Cause
I was wondering how long it was going to take to get here. 20 minutes. It took 20 minutes for Mr.
Yeah,
Picking
you're
fights.
welcome.
All right.
But no, as far as like that, because I remember us having like an interaction. That's what we talked and everything. So yeah, that's where my brain makes connections. And then with why are you making a face like you're in pain?
I'm thinking. I'm like, what was the first
That you're thinking.
I think it was circle. Yeah.
Are you constipated? Oh god. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think it was Squared Circle Expo. But did we talk like through Instagram first before meeting? That's what I remember.
First,
okay.
I saw you got announced.
Slid into the DMs.
Anyway, but yeah, that's what I remember. And then I didn't remember when exactly we met, but I just remember we were talking for a while before we met. And then just obviously like a mixture of, we talked, Tazz and Naynay, we talked about like how I had a little bit of a kickboxing background, so we started connecting on that. Why are you doing this? You're trying to fix my footwork currently. I have a background. It's not going well.
Hence the.
Yeah. So there's that. And then just from us speaking about your cause and everything that you guys were trying to do moving forward, and I obviously like want to do anything I could in my power to help you guys, like everybody with everything, because you guys were fans and you guys were just cool, just make it a cause just for the sake of it because you guys believed in it. So yeah, that's what I remember. Thank you very much.
So this is one question that we've asked the other luchadors is, what does you are more mean to you?
It means that I am not less.
Put that on a shirt.
People are like, why is she laughing? It's like no one knows. All the shit. Tazz knows.
Tazz knows. No, but you are more overall always meant to me like exactly the statement that it is. You are more. We all have those days, and I know I've gone through my stuff. I feel like everybody does at some point, that you kind of just feel like you are not more, you are less. And as much as we make jokes about things, but it's true. You do think that you're less than, or you think that you can't get through tonight into tomorrow, and you're, there's I don't remember if I read it somewhere or how it came about, but I just remember in the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of like, all the voices in your head or whatever, those are...
That's at the Randy Orton post.
Oh. I thought something happened. Wasn't serious, guys. It's okay. Made me lose my train of thought. Thanks, Tazz.
You said you saw something online.
Yes, thank you. I saw something online where it was just like, again, like during that time, one of those times that I was very like just down in the dumps, and saying like voices and everything, like don't believe them, don't believe them, don't believe them. And then once I got into my faith a little bit stronger, that's when I came across the quote that pretty much said like, don't let the demons win. And that always stuck with me. And I just, to circle it back, is like, yeah, there's more angels out there than demons. The demons are always with you, or they're trying to tear you down, because that means you're meant for something. You're meant for something bigger, better. That's why they're attacking you. So that being said, everyone here in this room, and that's why it was really important for me for everyone to be here for numerous reasons. There's always going to be people, things, whatever you believe in, trying to take the good down, trying to put out the light and make it dark. We're just not going to let that happen. So that's what you are more means to me. That's what all of us together means to me, is that, we're just making a brighter light together.
Wow. Who is this?
Put that on a t-shirt.
It doesn't fit on a t-shirt.
Some people to fit their t-shirt.
How quickly she goes from inspirational back to bully mode.
That's what I love about our friend group, that we're always like talking like the shit that we say sometimes is just unhinged, right? But then at the same time we'll like slide it into like stuff like how she was like talking around. It's just like, wow, that's just great.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's why I'm glad we all got to do this together, because it's like that's, and you want to go back to Missa Kate character, like, yeah, she had moments of seriousness, but at the end of the day, it's like life's pretty cool if you think about it. We make it hard. People are like, life's hard. No, we make it hard. It's like we don't have to make it hard. Are we gonna have hard times? There gonna be things that we can't control, and that's something I wear on my wrist. Don't have any tattoos yet because I'm indecisive, but I wear a little bracelet that says God is in control, because I have to remind myself as a control freak that I am not. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Life's pretty cool. Just don't let the demons win, guys.
I like that you're speaking about your faith a lot, because that's something for Shannon and I. We talked about this being like the return of You Are More. It was like the shortest break ever. But for everyone, it's like, oh, it's been 3 months. But in those 3 months, like, what did we accomplish, right, in our faith journey? So Shannon and I took time away to be channeled into our faith, because we didn't want to let the demons win. You know, we channeled and poured into our community, our church, our young adults, and we saw God move. And that's just something that I love, that Mrs. she's not ashamed to give God glory and give God praise, because a lot of people, their platform, they're scared to. But it's good to always, remember the reason why we're here, the reason we're all connected is because God gave us another day, and let's not waste it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think You Are More had to come back after Cena gave up.
You guys are going right through the segues I wanted to. No, because I did. Thank you guys for that. That's
You're welcome.
yeah. That's
That's awesome.
because it is important. It's important to me. I've been a little bit more open about it lately too. But I did want to deviate a little bit to talk about You Are More's break, because 2025 was the year of retirements. I saw Goldberg retire. I saw Missa Kate retire. I saw John Cena retire, and You Are More retired. I was like, how do I get to 2026? And then 2026 starts with You Are More's return. So now we just gotta wait for another return.
John Cena's coming back. John Cena's coming back.
You heard it here first.
But
Goldberg, just kidding, guys.
he's always back, that Goldberg. But
You like Bill Goldberg?
wow, we're this is about you guys.
Fuck you.
He like owned like one of the first MMA gyms ever. He used to train with like all the top guys. Good thing we're in a ring, Jose. And for the next segment, Jose is going to be doing his best Bret Hart impression. But the break for You Are More, and the things, because you mentioned the things that you accomplished. What were you looking forward to the most in coming back?
So just recently, I just shared with my wife Shannon, who again, if you didn't know, this is my wife. This is the light of my life. This is the reason that I am just able to be just blessed every single day. This is the reason that I know that God is real and He exists right here. This beautiful woman.
Yeah.
So in that
That's
time
a good
of
husband right there.
in that time
Brownie
away,
points.
in that time away, what we were trying to accomplish was just pouring into our marriage, and it's great, man. Like, it was awesome. Like, to be plugged into your marriage, like on the holiday season, like Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, really just enjoy each other. But the thing that I was looking back is, like, every year, Jose and I give the same gifts to our wife. We'll make them a photo book, and we highlight the year. So we'll put every page as our month recap. So when I was making her book for this Christmas, I looked at all the You Are More events, Like, oh, this month we did this. This month we raised this much money for this shelter, and this month we gave back to this charity, and and it was just like it hurt me so much. And that's when I just had like that conversation with, my wife, and I said, hey, listen, like our season with young adults is ending right now. Like it's coming to a pause. I think what I wanted to do is be able to manage my time better because it did get overwhelming for a little bit because we were so busy, but in a blessed way because we were able to help so many people. But what I wanted to do coming back is I was looking forward to doing it, but doing it with purpose and organization and having like a planned agenda, not just saying yes to everything that came our way. That's something that we prayed about. We talked a long time about. And she said, you know what, if you want to come back, if you want to do this again, like I'll support you because I could see that you were passionate about it and I could see it made you happy.
That's a good wife right there.
And so that's why we're back because we wanted to, get plugged in. We wanted to really just pour into the marriage. We accomplished a lot in those 3 months. We lost 20 pounds each. We got healthier.
Hey.
Yeah.
I found it, guys. Don't worry.
She's very close. She's very close. Hey, we
maybe 10.
we lost a good amount of weight just eating healthy, getting right, mentally right, physically right, spiritually right. And I always think like it's before you want to get other people right, you got to get yourself right first. And that's what we did. And then that's why I said it's time to come back because there's a lot of people that do need us that appreciate the message. And as soon as we came back, I kid you not, like my inbox was just filled of people saying, "Thank God you're back." Like we needed those messages, right? We need those affirmations. So it's good to be back.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I hope you guys know like how much you guys have an impact on people. And I'm sure you got reminded of that when you did come back, which is great. And just remember that the next time you guys want to try to quit. And then also remember, I have this friend named Naynay that's really dangerous. Yeah, and I'll have her kill you. So
We've got that Uno reverse, so we could send that to Missa. Yeah, because selfishly, like, because we met you guys. I think we've talked about it on the first podcast with you guys. We met you guys. It hasn't even been a full year yet since we actually met in person. It was kind of similar. Missa talked about you guys all the time and always said how great you guys were. And then we connected through Instagram and stuff. And I was like, there's no way these guys are as good in person as Missa's saying, because she's a liar a lot of times. She over exaggerates things
all the time. Sagittarius.
So I was like, there's no, and you guys were, and then as soon as we connected, we felt the connection there. And then when you guys asked me to be part of the Suplex the Stigma, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then you're like, yeah, this is our last show. I was like, this is not awesome. I was like, no. And then it was around that time, and we'll get into that Missa started like, yeah, I'm heading towards the end of my rope. I was like, no. Who's going to take care of my mental health now? But it's because I thought you guys were messing around when you guys were talking about coming back, and I was like, they're just messing with us. They're wrestling fans.
Just really quick, while we're on that subject, can we talk about that Suplex the Stigma show and
how awesome I did?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Why don't you tell the story?
No, go ahead.
No,
do it better.
ladies first.
Jose?
Okay, so here, I'll set the mood. So,
Oh, God.
well, I gave you the opportunity and you didn't take it. So, for those of you that may or may not know, Tazz was training in the ring with me sporadically. Same thing with MMA with me.
Her sporadic on the MMA. Me consistent.
It was for a little bit. It was consistent, but then it got down to once it got closer to the show, it was more consistent, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, it was really funny. What did you say when you were like, "Oh, when I wrestle, I'm not going to do these two things"? What were they? You said it was a hurricanrana or a head scissors.
Oh, the head scissors, and then what was the other one?
I
thought there was more.
Standing on the rope or something like that.
Yeah, the standing on the rope thought. See, my thought process when I got into that journey was, all right, we'll do the simple stuff. Like I got an amateur background, I got MMA background. I can do the rolls, I can do the flips. I don't know how to run, so that'll be interesting. But like the grappling aspect of professional wrestling, I thought is where it's a good base, a good foundation. Day one with Missa Kate is like, all right, you're gonna stand on the top rope. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, you're gonna jump up there and then you're gonna stand up. I was like,
Naynay's was worse than you in the sense of like, you're joking. Like, she
Yeah.
didn't believe me for the longest time.
Yep.
I was like, look, and then I did it, and she's like, I'm not doing that. She's like, I stay on the ground. What?
that's why we had to do it to you guys because she
Yeah.
had done it to me. But yeah, no, I stood on the top rope on day one, whether I was holding her hand or not. That footage has been destroyed. 'Cause,
Destroyed on Instagram.
yeah. And then the head scissors, because if there's two things my body doesn't like to do is be in the air and be upside down. And then when when we started getting ready for the show, because at first, Lewis is like, maybe you could be a guest referee. I was like, whatever you need me, I'm down to do it.
Missa Kate was like, no.
And then I think
Missa Kate vetoed.
yeah. And then I started seeing what referees have to go through, and I was like, thank God I wasn't a referee on that show. But then it turned into me managing Missa for her match. And then as we got closer to the show, we started training more consistently. I think we were there like every Sunday for
Like
for a
3
while.
Sundays consistently,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So we're there in minimum like 2 to 3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think on the first day when we first started talking, like, all right, I'm going to manage her, it was like the simple stuff. I was like, all right, I'm going to be on the outside of the ring. This is how you grab someone's foot without actually.
No, that was the last day.
Was that the last day?
Yeah, because the first time was, well, already again, it was like sporadic as far as
Yeah.
like rolls and stuff. And I did first teach you how not to actually choke somebody out.
Yeah, because we were
Oh,
going to
talk
go
about
with
your finger. How you almost broke your finger on my head.
Yeah, so the amateur background ended up
So we were doing.
backfiring.
So okay, so one of the drills that we did, and again, when you start professional wrestling, I got
Mike Tyson?
I got the same initials. One of the first things that you learn in wrestling is like drop down, leapfrog, also known as a vertical, depending on where you're at, also known as a mid ring, depending on where you're at, and stuff like that. So, for those of you that don't know what a leapfrog / vertical is, depending on where you're at, what you call it, it is where you're in the middle of the ring. The person that is coming off your opponent, who's coming off the ropes, is charging at you, and you have to jump up in the air and have them run through your legs to the other side. Now,
Go full spread eagle on it with your legs.
so I was like, Tazz, you're gonna jump. He's like, ha ha ha. Really? Yeah. So it was me who was running from the ropes. It is Tazz who was supposed to jump. Now, Tazz, with the many years of experience of MMA background, you went into sprawl mode.
I went into sprawl mode after I jumped. I had already jumped. So as I
So
was
he is in the air, and I am like about to go underneath him, and I just see his hand come at my face. Yeah, and he went straight down. I was fine because I got a nice hard head here. He's like, my finger! He's like, your head broke my finger!
my fingers went right through her head. I was like, fuck. But
Yeah, I was like, see, now you don't have to do that. And he's like, yeah. And then he didn't do it again, though. That's how you learn. But then the other time was, I forgot what I was trying to teach you what to do, and you kept grabbing me in a chokehold, and were trying to choke me out. There's one time that Naynay tried punching me in the face.
yeah.
I got a reaction.
There was a lot of those. You were trying to get us to, our partner was based, and then we were supposed to like do a handstand and then kick over them.
Resorte, yeah.
Yeah. And then for the MMA kicked in, and every time I'd feel that and start going over, I'd instantly just turn over for a choke. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't everybody
So
do that?
pretty much the first practice or two was, hey, if you get involved, don't kill somebody, please. Or hurt somebody, actually. So those were the first 2 practices, and then just the basic, like, running the ropes, because, again, like, I didn't know, what she was going to be comfortable with, what you guys wanted out of it. There's so many different variables when it comes to wrestling, what the promoter wants, what your opponent wants, what, technically you guys report promoter, like, what you guys wanted out of it. What kind of ring are you in? How low is it? How high is it? Are the ropes safe? You know what I mean? There's so many different variables that people don't think about. And then also, if it's like a hard ring, you want to try to avoid bumping because it hurts more.
So she had me bump for her.
But yeah, so pretty much those were the first 2 practices. And the last practice was like, yes, the typical managing stuff where it's like, yeah, when you're on the side, it's like if you sweep the leg, stuff like that, or like, what was it? What was the other thing that I had you do? I can't remember right now. But I
There
remember that
there
like,
was
the main thing.
a choking someone on the ropes
Yeah, there's that.
that I legitimately choked you on. So
Which I was like, see, this is why we go over it. Because at first he's like, oh yeah, I got it. It's just like this, right? And I was like, not exactly. I was like, so wrestling, it's sports entertainment. Yeah.
Would you guys not have been entertained if I choked Missa on this show? Are you not entertained?
But then also the other thing was getting to the head scissors part, because a lot of females in wrestling, what they do is they do a lot of head scissors. And how I was taught is no matter how big or small you are, if you're giving something, you better learn how to take it. And vice versa. If you're taking something, you better know how to give it. Because I don't know if it's similar in MMA. I feel like it. I mean, at least how I train is like, you know, if you have somebody in a Americana, right? It's one thing feeling it. It's another thing doing it.
She knows that because Naynay tapped her out to that like last week.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to get into it. But see, that's how I learned. But do you see? But case in point, you're case in point. It's like, okay, ever since that happened to me, now I'm like, okay, now I know what to look out for. I know how to feel it. You know, stuff like that.
Stay tuned for the end of the episode where you see a round Missa Kate versus Tazz. Surprise!
That would be fun. I'd be down. I wish I brought better pants.
Oh no, we're going jeans and everything.
Yeah, but like my jeans are low rise, and that's not free. So, but anyway, so yes, and then so when we moved to having you do the head scissors on me, that's why I wanted you to do it so you could feel it. And you're like, but I'm not gonna be giving. I'm not gonna be giving. I'll be taking it. I'm like,
half
yeah.
the time that Missa wants me to climb the rope, do a head scissor, I spend a good 20 minutes pleading my case as to why I don't need to do this.
To waste time.
And then what I learned towards the end is like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up and do it because there's no getting out of it.
No.
Even I need her in the face with one of the first ones. Twice. I need her in the face, and no. The first one, my body didn't respond well going upside down,
yeah,
and I just latched onto her.
He straight up turned into like a koala. He's like, no.
She's like, let go.
Like how you say I am when we're grappling. You're like, yeah, you got that new thing. Sometimes where you just hold on. That was you.
Yep.
And I like literally had to muscle you.
So we can all agree that Missa makes you do the hard things, the uncomfortable things, the things that you are not expecting. She'll make you do it, and in a good way, in a healthy growth way. And one thing that I've always talked about in MMA, that you're learning to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. It's the same thing with professional wrestling. So my question to you guys is, how was it being in front of all your people in the show? Did you guys know? I want to know your perspective, how that part was for you guys.
I think that'd be a good thing because that was a fun story. And now that we're all here, I do want to talk about that because I thought it was cool. When I heard about it, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I was so happy to be part of the show. And I felt like I was part of my first rib because you had no idea what the hell was going on. But I've been hit. I got 2 concussions that day, one from the bucket and one because I forgot that it's sports entertainment. So when Miss and I collided heads, we collided heads. Because they're like, oh, put your hand. I didn't want to put my hand up for the bucket.
Yeah.
I ran my head into her head.
Which he's like, I got this. I'm like, yeah, but my head's involved.
And then bam. So how did you guys feel when did you start getting suspicious that something was going on?
Yeah, I'll say my 2 cents and I'll give it to Jose. I didn't know that we were actually doing anything literally up until like 30 seconds before, because I thought she was kidding the whole time. Because like when we were doing like the pre-show setup and everything, Mrs. was like, "Oh, twins, come here. Since it's your Moore's like last thing, you guys are gonna come in. We're gonna do this, and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'm not paying attention."
Well, hold on. First of all, there
joking.
was no this, and that. I didn't tell you what you were doing.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
said
hey,
get in the
you're gonna do
ring.
something.
Yeah, you're gonna do something, and I was like, "Okay, we're not actually gonna do this." And then we left, and then we started getting close. Like, all right, go up there. And I'm like, wait, what are we doing? And I'm like blowing up Tazz. I'm like texting Brittany Brooks. I'm like, hey, like, what are we like? What's going on? Like, are we doing this? And then I was like, Jose was like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do this. And I'm like, yeah, no, we're not trained. There's no way they're actually gonna make us do this. I don't know, Jose, you want to elaborate on that, but I had no idea until like right before.
Yeah, I had no idea at all, and like, and I'll stand on that because I was on like my third Miller Lite, I think, that night, and they were like, no, you're really going out there, and I was like, oh, okay, and like looking back at the footage is like so cringy to me because I watched Stone Cold wrestle my entire life, and I did the stunner so weird, and like I hated myself for it. I was like, God, this is so cringy, but it is so cool at the same time. And but to kind of backtrack, I just want to give Tazz his flowers really quick because like Bad Bunny learned how to wrestle, right, through all his training and stuff like that. And because he respected the sport and took it seriously. And go watch one Bad Bunny match. The dude is really good at pro wrestling, and it's because he spent months learning the craft, and he was very dedicated. And granted, you didn't spend like half a year or whatever, but like you took the time to respect the craft, learn, and like he took it seriously, right? Because it is serious. He didn't want to be disrespectful to the sport. And like personally, I think Tazz looked like an absolute natural out there when he was out there.
Let's talk about that.
No. I personally, like, if you didn't point out like the little hiccups, I wouldn't have noticed anything. When I was out there, I noticed a lot of hiccups. I was like, what is this? Like, I can't even tell you how many times I fixed my glasses. I'm like, dude, stuff you don't notice. Stand over there. Fuck, no, you're right. Like, stuff you don't notice. Stuff you don't notice on TV until you're an absolute fucking amateur. And you're like, dude, Seth Rollins never just tucked in his glasses, or Batista's never went like this during a promo. Like,
So this is definitely gonna have to be like a 2-part thing because we're already at 46 minutes. We're not even halfway through half of what we want to talk about. So this is gonna be a 2-part thing, guys.
woo!
Right? Okay. Well, it's not my show. I'm just making up the rules, I guess. Okay, sure. So we kind of went backwards, but that's totally fine. So what the twins are referencing, and Tazz, during the Suplex the Stigma show, since we kind of knew it was going to be their last show, it was going to be their send-off, I was like, well, they've never been in the ring, right? I was like, we got to get them in the ring. So at first, like myself, Tazz, and Tazz was just like already like nervous about what he was doing.
Because I went from doing one thing to taking a spear, taking a bucket. I was like, all right, cool.
Which, yeah, so like, sorry, I'm just venturing into that. Now I gotta go back here. Okay. Because I was just like, because I'm trying not to like, I'm trying to stay on us right now as opposed to the Tazz thing. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out like, what can we do? And then at first I was like, we're not gonna tell them anything. I was like, that's not safe. We gotta tell them some things. So I went from like, yes, telling them like, okay, you guys are gonna get involved. Don't really know, because we honestly didn't really know. And then Shelly is like, oh, they gotta do stunners because it's like that's the easiest thing, and they're gonna know it. So going out there, leading up to, because this was the end of Shelly and Brittany Brooks's match, I was like, all right, guys, come on. They're like, oh, we're again Miller Lite in hand. Oh, really? Okay. But hold my beer.
Lewis is sober, not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Me too. Hey.
Hey.
So as we're walking, because the building how it is, to go out of the locker room, you have to go around the entire building to get to go position, gorilla. And so they're waiting there for Tazz and I. And they're nervous because they have no idea what's going on.
Because the whole night they're like, Tazz, you know what's happening. I was like, I don't know anything.
Like, and he really didn't. That's the thing too. That wasn't a line. Like Tazz really didn't know. Until literally like we went up there, and then I was like, all right, this is what's gonna happen. We finally came up with a game plan because he didn't know up until we started walking around, and I was telling Tazz as we were walking to meet the twins, and he's like, okay. So essentially what happened, blah, 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 match happens, Missa Kate and Tazz run in, end the day, instead of save the day, see what I did there? End the day. And, we get in there, and then who else is going to save the day from the evil Missa Kate and Tazz but You Are More. So You Are More now comes in, and let me say, your acting skills were...
But the speakers went out The
Oh,
speakers
yeah.
went out,
So we had to yell.
so they had to come out with no microphone. Yeah.
You just see
My acting skills, though.
you just see Lewis go, "Hey, where are you more? We don't do that here." Like your little head was about to pop off your body. But the best part was because again, how you're saying for placement, because we had idea for placement because of hard cams and all that stuff, and he was correct. He corrected me. So
Replay that back like Jey Uso. I was right.
he was right. I was wrong.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was turned around. I was turned around in the ring. So you just see us, and then you see Tazz who's watching me, and
That whole night, I was like, just
Jose.
follow Missa. Just
and Jose who's already who's just trying to follow whatever the hell's going on. He's like, okay, I just have to twin my twin. So him and I, Lewis and I start doing this weird dance thing. And I was like, other side. So he was on the right side. I was like, other side. So he's like, da-da-da-da-da. And by the way, during this time, too, he's making me very emotional. He's like, we're a family. We don't do this. I was like, I feel like I'm traumatizing him.
I'm sorry.
I was like, I literally said, I'm sorry. I'm pretty good at, having, something to say back. I had nothing. I was like, I wanted to give him a hug. I felt horrible.
I ruined this.
I did. I thought you were going to start crying. It was close. But anyway, so as that's happening, I was like, fuck, he was right.
She literally said that.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck, you were right. You were right.
damn it.
Switch back. So he's talking to me and we're arguing. We switch back and you see Tazz and freaking, they're just like, what's going on? It was great. Anyway, so a lot happens in wrestling in a short period of time is what I'm trying to get at. Moving forward, what happened was, what was it? We tried throwing a line at you guys, and then you
They
guys
ducked.
ducked. Yes. Where then both Brittany and Shelly gutted
Kicked us.
us, got us in the corner. I sat down first, then Tazz fell in front of me. Now, this is where Shelly and Brittany were in charge, and they tell the twins, what did they tell you?
The stink face?
Yeah.
The stink face. Yeah. Shelly was like, you, one right here, you, one right here. I'm like, are we putting asses to faces right now?
So asses were put to faces. And after that happened...
No one asked me for my consent
No
on
one.
that one.
Oh, yeah, Tazz had no idea.
No.
Miss is like, you're getting a stink face. I was like, from who?
Yeah.
The video. Me, baby.
So it's funny because if you see the little footage of us, because Tazz I know is getting all the ass.
I got all the ass.
He got all the ass, and you just see me laughing.
If you screen cap that, there's a certain section.
You see me
this
like-
is literally like this.
Because it's great, because you guys because you guys didn't know what was going on, but you guys indulged in the moment. Tazz got to eat a whole bunch of ass that he never asked for. Yeah. And then from there, did Shelly tell you to stun her, or how did that move forward?
I think we were just facing you guys, and I'm like, okay, I think we're hitting these stunners. And then we went in, and then my kneecap dislocated. And then I went down, and then
looked a lot better than mine.
and then so I hit the stunner, and it was just such the flattest stunner ever, right? But yeah, when we went backstage, my adrenaline's running. Then I look down, my kneecap's facing the complete other way. It's like this. And I'm like, everyone's laughing, wow, that was great. I'm just
Kneecap was doing the Thriller dance.
yeah, literally. And I was like, oh, I don't think that's. I'm like, okay,
to
it's
be
back.
there.
We're good.
Yeah.
It was great.
So then to top that off, though, so by the way, I tried watching that back. I have no idea how you did that. I replayed that over and over. I was like, where did he hurt his knee?
Because his pants were so
You
fucking
guys get
tight.
hurt a lot. Because you and I did a promo and I hurt you somehow.
Oh yeah, my ribs. You
Yeah.
speared me. What do you mean? I don't even what?
I thought it was your knee too.
Was it my knee? Probably. I mean, I have arthritis, so.
But one of the favorite parts of all this, if you look at the end, Tazz and I don't know where the fuck the other one is. So stunners are made. Everyone's standing in the ring, and I'm like, all right, I'm knowing we're time to wrap up, time to go. And I peeked my head over the ring, and I was like, Tazz? I'm like, where is he?
I rolled out.
We look like a couple whack-a-moles because when I went down, he popped up, and then vice versa. And then all of a sudden, you came to my side. I was like, where the hell did you go? It was great.
Because I rolled out because I saw Missa roll out. I was like, well, and it's also is like this is their time. I'm not gonna be just laying here in the ring, so I'm gonna roll out, thinking like we did good. That stunner was cool. I always wanted to take a stunner. Yeah, I was mentally preparing what kind of fallback I wanted to do. Some kids like yelling at me because I'm doing the classic like holding my head sell because I'm trying to hide my excitement.
Yeah.
And then there's some little kid in the front row that says, "Get up, you're not really hurt." I was like, "Shut up, kid." But then
See, he gets it. I hate the kids.
I would say you guys both sold it really good, and there's a really good picture of Missa online, just laying on the floor like this. That's like one of my favorite pictures of Missa, just because you're just like still just laying on the floor, and again, Tazz is nowhere around.
and then I'm laying there, and I was like, "Well, I've been laying here for a minute now. I wonder where Missa is." I was like, "But how do I wanted to not ruin the moment, you know, if they were still in the ring having their moment. So I tried to peek up. I was like, "Where are you?" And then I had to do the awkward walk across. And then like Shelly was walking out at the same time. And I was like, this is
Like a
kayfabe.
go stop.
This is kayfabe. And then Missa just grabs me by the head. We always go out through the side. I was like, how the hell was I supposed to know?
I don't even remember saying that to you. That's the funny part.
And then she yelled at more kids on her way out. She's like, "Don't look at us."
So then since we're here, should we just touch on that, like the match going over it? I know you talked about it on your own.
Oh, yeah. How I
saved you in all your spots.
how you added all my spots because I thought I was having one. And maybe my memory's off because, again, two
Probably.
concussions that night. But I remember, you know, we were going over the match, and then I forgot who suggested the bucket.
It was you.
I suggested
There's
the
a
bucket.
1-of-1 autograph bucket that Tazz
I'm pretty sure it was you.
Missa autographed from that night.
That bucket has gone through so many fights.
Yeah.
Puke. Throw out everything.
Not puke. Don't.
Yeah.
If you have the bucket, no one puked in that bucket. But then I was like, yeah, I could take that bucket to the head. Let me go get it. So I run to go get it, and then I come back, on my way back, I'm like feeling the bucket. I was like, I could totally take this bucket. And then
Well, here, let's not jump ahead. So, okay. So, setting the mood, right? From beginning of calling the match.
Okay.
So, calling the match, myself and Rae Larson.
Remembered her name.
I'm not going to lie, I forgot at the beginning, and it finally just got in my head. It takes a second sometimes. I don't even know who I am half the time. But from, like, the beginning of calling the match between Rae and I'm interested to know your opinion from now watching it into before we even like started placing your spots.
I don't remember the first bit of memory that I have was we
Not like remembering like what we were talking about, just like your thought process behind actually watching a match
being put together.
Correct.
It
was a good one, right? Yeah.
My respect for professional wrestling goes up like every time I have like an experience in there. That beep, is that a bad beep? Is that a good? Okay. My respect goes up every time because I only had a handful of spots that I had to remember, and you guys are going through all these other things. That is way more than 4 or 5 spots that you guys have to remember. And for you, Missa, specifically, since we're giving Missa flowers every once in a while, you were in charge of basically being my brain. And you were the veteran in the match, so you were in charge of Ray's brain and the referee's brain as well. And so, like, you're controlling like, all these people, and you're like, how am I supposed to? That's mine, guys.
His stomach just growled. That's what that was.
This is that Leo podcast all over again.
I got some Sour Patch.
I might take some Sour Patches. But just everything to remember, and the spots are one thing to remember, but the timing of it, because I even remember like trying not to jump ahead, but the specific part that we had to run in for the match later to do the thing with them, I was like, how do you know when to go out?
I remember that.
And you're like, you just know. I was like, but she was in such Missa Kate mode because she got the hoodie on. We're in the crowd, and she's like, you just know. And then me thinking that I was paying attention, I was like, there it is. There's the move. She's like, not yet.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. But it's a lot, it's a lot. And the one thing I appreciate you telling me is like, you're probably not going to enjoy the moment out there. I'm going to tell you to try to take it in as much as possible, but just try to enjoy it as best as you can, because it's going to be hard. Because I was so nervous. When we were waiting in the back, I was shadow boxing because that's the only thing I knew how to do to calm my nerves a little bit. Because again, I was not expecting on my first show to be part of the first show there to have that many roles, let alone in the match that I was in.
I'm doing more?
Yeah.
You are more.
Yeah, that's why. Because by the time I went to go get the bucket and come back, it was from just the bucket spot to now I'm taking a spear. And again, in true Missa fashion, it wasn't like, are you comfortable taking the spear? They're just going over the match. It's like, okay, and then he takes the spear. I was like, they mean bucket. They definitely mean bucket. Because
I'm so sorry, I'm steal this back. So, no, I remember that because you were straight up like, you were saying that and you're like, wait, so I am taking the bucket? Like, I was like, you came up with this before we even got to the show. But yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And then it's like, after they said, all right, spear, then they said, all right, and then that's when he gets hit with the bucket. I was like, so you do mean spear too? She's like, yeah. You good with that? I was like,
So I did ask you if you were okay with it.
After the fact. I can't say no at that point.
But no, because I remember you saying, well, to be fair, because I knew going into it, you're like, I'm down for whatever.
Yes.
So I was like, okay.
Because Missa even told me, she's like, you could put your hands up when you get hit with the bucket. I was like,
no, Ray and I talked about that even when you left. I was like, he's not gonna put his hands up for that bucket. Watch. And I was like, hey, you can put your hands up. And he's like, yeah, probably not. I was like, put your hands up. And I was like, all right. I was like, see, he said it. And then we went to the back after the match where he's like, he didn't put his hands up. I was like, I told you.
And that bucket went flying, and I was so
what,
happy.
It was great.
Would putting your hands up have stopped that from going like 10 rows deep?
I don't
into
think.
the crowd.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
I feel like it would have stopped it.
Yeah, because knowing me, I would have tried to catch it and like smack it,
Yeah.
so it probably wouldn't have gone flying in the
Put it
crowd.
back in
Those
race
people in the
face.
first few rows got a show. It was like they were at like a 3D show, but it was an actual bucket coming at them.
I love
real.
Ray's face after the bucket went flying.
Oh,
Cause,
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
because
that,
we
like-
didn't think it was going to come off the handle.
yeah.
But no, and the reason why, just really quick to go off. Sorry, Naynay, I know you're trying to grab this. Do you want to say something really quick? The reason why I wanted you to keep doing more spots, and we talked about this, it's like a story. You
Because she
being
didn't want to bump in that ring.
also that, and but it's a story. Like for you, like we have to give people a reason not to like you, right?
Yeah.
And that's something like again when it comes to wrestling, so full circle here. That's what I fell in love with wrestling is the storytelling, not the moves. That entire night to me, like again, I wasn't out there all night, but that was one of, if not the biggest pop of the night was you getting hit with that bucket. Why? One, because it was a bucket.
You're
Yes.
welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. One, yes, because it was a bucket, but two, just how the match was planned. Because they got sick and tired of you kept messing with Ray, And then, even when you hit me with the bucket first, they were like, oh my God, he got her instead. And again, this is from fans that don't know you,
Yeah.
And it was just like the little things that you did to tell that story during the match. And to me, I'm like, that's where I'm like, I wish more people did that because I'm like, that it's like the emotion. Like, I don't know what else was done. I think there was, like, wasn't there some kind of street fight or something that involved weapons at some point during that night? Maybe I'm wrong.
Because we stole the show, Miss.
That's right.
That's why they don't remember. But
Naynay.
that's where
Huh?
I thought we were the co-main event and the main event of that night.
I made sure we were. So no, but yeah. So no, that's and the reason why I keep giving Tazz shit too is because during the match, when we were going over the match in the back, because yes, it's shocker. Some of wrestling's pre-planned a little bit. But we're going over some of the
Sorry,
spots. And also, Undertaker and Kane aren't really brothers.
I'm done with this.
I cried when I found that out. I'm not gonna even lie, I really did. Going over the match, he had it every time. Okay, you had it every time. Now out there, and I told you your adrenaline, and he's like, I got it. And then you're like, what if I forget? I'm like, don't worry, I got you. So sure enough, love you, but you forgot every spot that you had.
Yes, not every. I remember the spear. But I did almost forget the
look good
bucket.
out there, man.
Thank you.
I think it helped. I think it helped that
You did great.
you're an actual coach,
Yeah.
like in real life, because when you came out with her, that's what you look like.
Oh, and that's
you
what you were.
looked like a coach.
And
So
that-
I was like, he doesn't even have to pretend to be a coach because you're a natural coach. So
Where were you guys on that day?
Because
Shitting themselves about what they had to do later.
I was getting another Miller Lite. That's what I was doing.
But yeah, no, and that's something that I know that like Tazz was concerned about. Tazz kept saying right before we got there, like, what are we doing for our entrance? I was like, just be my coach, and then my music hit, and we went out there, and then same thing when we were out there. I could tell like you were nervous. I was like, hey, just be a coach, and I could see there's a couple times, and I know you caught him. He was trying really hard, like not to smirk. He was trying to fight it, because your parents were there too, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just funny. Like during the match, I was like, I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was getting annoyed with you because I was like,
That's every time we're together.
Man. You're harsh.
I knew it. Like, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to be an ass, but I'm gonna. Where, like, again, when people are newer, it's what you expect, right? So I'm like, yes, I was used to working with newer people, but I trusted in your competence of being a wrestling fan, and that's what I was.
I took a stunner weird. Or I did a stunner weird, and I've been watching wrestling my entire life. I think.
But you guys also had no idea of anything.
I had the whole day to mentally prepare for what I had to do. You guys had 5 minutes.
But it was more so like I didn't get annoyed like in a bad way, but it was just like annoyed where I was just like, bruh, get out of your head. Like now I know what
Yeah.
you feel like as a coach.
Yeah.
Like watching exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is how you feel in your like fighter's corner.
Yeah.
Being like, you know this. You know what I mean?
Because-
so I had like a second of that where I was just like, huh, you know what I mean?
Because we talked about it like after the fact, like after the match and stuff, and it was like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but it's like she's pointing at Jose because that's exactly what she told me. It was like you're already a coach. You don't have to. There's no acting. Like just literally just be you, and then turn the volume up.
You look like to me, you look like a natural out there. There's a lot of people that have no fucking business being anywhere near a ring. And shout out to the Cross family for allowing us to do that. Because to me, that was also a dream. But like going back to saying like there's some people that don't like belong anywhere near a ring. Like very at the first horsepower that we did with Ryan Cross. It was very simple instructions. Just walk out to the ring and hold a sign. I looked incredibly awkward at that time. I'm like, how do I make walking look freaking weird, bro?
because you think about it.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about it. I just look awkward. I'm like, what the hell?
And
So
that's
it's
why
like,
too I didn't want you guys to plan because I was like it would have been more natural and it was a fun surprise. But yeah, so yeah, that way it's a little bit more natural. Now the reason, and I'm gonna get into the one part that I got annoyed with, and it was literally mainly because it would have ruined the whole match, and it was the part where you got hit with the bucket.
Yeah.
So you took the spear and you started rolling out.
And Mrs. like the bucket, the bucket.
So you see him like it was smooth though because you like your feet touched. It looked like Shawn Michaels like when
Yeah.
you're trying to avoid the
yeah.
getting eliminated. It was like you rolled out, your foot touched, and you got right back in like right away. It was pretty funny. And then you're like, "That's my bucket."
It's like I forgot my bucket. I gotta go get my bucket now.
So, yeah.
No, but like I appreciate that, and especially what Jose said, because that was my main concern, you know, because I knew this was a big show for you guys, so it was like I didn't want to mess it up, you know, and just there's too many people that shit on professional wrestling to begin with, and that I didn't want to add to that because, like Jose said, we've seen a lot of people that don't belong there. We've seen like I never wanted to be the person that cut in line, and in training with Missa, I said that all
Numerous
the time.
times. Numerous times.
You know, because it was like I didn't pay my
You even felt bad
dues.
being in the locker room.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in the locker room. I didn't. The times I'd go with her with shows, like she's like, "Come on, I'll get you in." I was like, "I'm gonna buy." There was one where she was waiting. I was outside. She's like, "I'll get you in." After like 2 minutes, I was like, "I'm going around in the front and I'm gonna buy a ticket."
When was that?
That when we were in Woodstock. This is the day you did the double show.
I don't remember. I did a couple of those.
Yeah.
I did a couple double shots.
But we went for I forgot All Heels Wrestling, I think.
Okay.
And then we went to Gali after.
Ah.
But I bought a ticket because I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I am not getting in this thing for free because I had already. she brought me back there, and then they're putting matches together. I'm seeing luchadors without their mask. I was like, oh no,
Dude, how do you think like I felt like before going out to the ring, not knowing anything, and I see Chris Masters like pumping himself like I'm like I do not belong here. I do not belong here. Like to me that was like peak moment of your life. Like you can't top that. So I stand on the mountain that Tazz belongs out there.
thank you.
You are more Tazz.
Yeah, I've been to several shows. Like obviously we're addicted to professional wrestling. We've gone to a lot of shows, and I've seen people that like don't belong out there. And seeing Tazz, I'm like, it felt like he had done this before, and you have because you are an actual coach.
And
Thank
that's
you.
why I'm like, when you're like, why you giving me all this shit? That's why, because I was like, I knew you had it.
Yeah.
And I was like, regardless of
Who is this?
whatever, I don't know. I'm figuring that out right now. But that's why too. I was like, through the whole process, like to you, you're like, I'm giving you a lot of shit, and I was like, I honestly wasn't, because I knew you could handle it.
Yeah.
Even if you forgot it, I was like, I just got to give you a couple cues,
Yeah.
and I was like,
So there's that one point that Missa's staring at me, Ray's staring at
Oh,
me. I
yeah.
was like, why is?
because you had to grab
Oh
her foot.
shit!
Yeah, you had to grab her foot. Yeah.
You know,
And
but
she's just like she's like giving her her
but
foot, yeah.
like, and this is where I send my appreciation to Mr. Cross too, because he's the one that allowed me to do it. And for me, it was I wanted to respect the business, and whether I did or not, and I hope I did, and I think I did, because I remember I think Missa went to go change. We were setting up the tables, and then I heard Mr. Cross tell Jordan, like, you see where that MMA guy is? Go put the box at that table. You know, and by the end of the night, he called me Tazz. You know, and then he said that we'd be in touch, and we were gonna talk. You know, and for me that was a big deal, because that's the boss man of the night. You know, and Vic Capri, I think you guys right after the match, you guys were talking to him, and all I cared about was, did I take the spear okay?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know. It was that spear good, you know, because I didn't want to make it look. I thought when she said, all right, you're taking the spear, I had never bumped in that ring. I'm still relatively new at bumping, so I was like, I wanted to do a practice bump, but at the same time, I didn't want to get in my head about it. So I was like, however it's gonna turn out, it's gonna turn out, you know. So
You're welcome.
when are we doing this again?
I don't know, I'm retired, brother. So go ahead, Naynay. I was gonna say,
You want to learn how to wrestle? I'll manage you.
doing- We're talking on screen here, guys.
We're talking without a screen, actually. So I definitely want to tell you guys how good you guys are, because on the crowd standpoint, none of us got what you guys are talking about. We didn't get anything like that. If anything, I started cheering for you, and then I said, fuck, now I have to boo you, and then I cheer for you, and then I booed you, and then I cheer for you guys, and I booed you guys. So from the crowd standpoint, we didn't catch none of that. So right now, listening to you guys about the actual process, it was freaking awesome. Like, you guys know how to pull it off. No, seriously, because I had no idea. No, I had no idea. And we can definitely say, Missa, you do a great job at delegating and trusting. You can trust, and you can put everybody, and you can put all the pieces together. One thing that she doesn't get enough credit for is how you know wrestling. You have the wrestling IQ. You know what everybody is at. Even though you don't look like you're paying attention, you're paying attention to every little thing that's going on in that ring and the crowd. And you're good at reading the crowd. So
I had no idea what was going on with the crowd when we were out there.
and
Like,
she was fully aware,
the
right?
pop that you're talking about, I was unaware. The only thing I heard for a brief moment was a Mrs. Coach chant that I'm pretty sure Naynay and Carla started.
This is good. Oh, because you were getting booed. Some little kid started talking shit to you. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But for the sake of time, we definitely want to do a part 2, a lot more of Missa Kate uncovering your story. You are retired now, which a lot of our wrestling fans are going to miss you.
We didn't even get to that.
We miss you.
Yeah.
That's the part 2, the retirement of Missa Kate. But before we end this, I definitely want to ask Yormore to give us what was the turnout for Suplex the Stigma. I just wanted to know what was the turnout, because again, we just have to recognize that it was for a purpose, right? So whoever wants to join.
The turnout was amazing. It was everything we wanted it to be. It was standing room only. There wasn't really any empty seat there, and that's exactly what we wanted, and honestly, like we were talking about some of the reasons like we came back, like that night meant everything to us because it was for a reason, like it was for raising money for mental health awareness and for people that struggle with suicidal ideations or their mental health and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people out there that will say that they're raising money or whatever. Like me and Lewis, like he talks about taking time off from doing this because he got busy with his other stuff that he's doing. But like, here's the thing: not a lot of people know. Like, this isn't like a clothing brand for me and Lewis. This isn't something that we do to make money. We don't make any money doing this stuff. This money all goes to charity. We've raised money for cancer patients. We've raised money for mental health brands. We've partnered with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And to be able to mix our love for professional wrestling while helping people is everything we've ever wanted it to be. So when Lewis talks about taking time off and then coming back, but like things that make us come back was the feeling that we felt that night. Because when you were there and you saw all the people that were there, you were like, holy crap, these are people that are here supporting us and believing in the cause and what we stand for. Because like You Are More isn't just clothes, cool logos. It isn't what Jeff Hardy wears to the ring. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that. So I'll let Lewis give his.
Yeah, it was like 500 plus in attendance, standing room only, and that's all the credit to Mr. Cross and Jordan and all the work they did to raise awareness and literally door knocking, going all over their town, just telling people about this event and how it's for charity, and it was an amazing turnout. And we are going to be back for Horsepower. So we will have a table there, and we're going to donate every single dollar that we make, again, back over to charity, to NAMI of Kenosha. So we're going to be back. We have some exciting stuff coming up. We have an online campaign called Use Your Voice. It's going to be different. It's going to have some amazing singers, some award-winning singers, wearing Use Your Voice slogan that Melissa, our co-founder and artist, is going to be designing for us. So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be an online campaign. We got 4 incredibly dedicated music artists that are giving us their time and platform to just raise awareness for mental health. So awesome. That's coming out next month. Cool.
I loved the Broad Stop. I thought it was a cool venue, and I got a brat, and the brat was great. It was delicious. But honestly, I'm very impressed with the turnout, and I think Jordan and his dad are just such cool people, and that I know for sure Jordan's dad, you could see he's really passionate about it as well, because I don't think he wanted a single dollar from any of that. It was all just going to what the cause is for, and like Jose said, like we do this, not for any, like the main thing is if people feel seen and heard and that they have community. I think the coolest part of You Are More and the messages Luis shows me sometimes from like people on Instagram is that people feel like they can reach out, and that's really what it is. And yeah, I was really impressed with that show. I thought it was really cool.
Wait, I do want to say one more thing about Mr. Cross. Every time that we do a show, whether it was Horsepower or Suplex the Stigma, I tell him what we did at the merch table. I'm like, hey man, we sold out of this and that. Here's like this amount, and he goes, oh dude, that's great. Here, I'm gonna give you $100 more. We'll put it on top of that, because that's just the kind of person he is. He's like, how about we do this, or how about let me even this out and make it around this number. That's coming from his pocket. So again, that's just the kind of guy he is.
And then can we also talk about that during that show, on top of everything that he was doing, he was also about to compete for a bodybuilding.
So he was at a calorie deficit.
And he wrestled, and he was controlling the show. And look, I know when I'm hungry, I get very cranky. The fact that he kept his composure and he kept everything together, and he was still as giving as he was, and just a wonderful human being. So since we're giving flowers to Finley, Mr. Cross, there's your flowers. Bouquets and bouquets coming your way. But yeah, no, he's another one that's amazing again. And just going back to you guys, I am, just like many people, are very happy that you guys are back. I said at the beginning, like, yes, there are people in this world that are such bright lights, and you guys don't realize how much of a bright light that you guys all have.
Yep.
And just you guys keep pushing and just getting out there. I tell you guys all the time, anytime I was traveling, I was like, hey, people know you are here. And you're just like, really? I'm like, yeah, because you guys, you want to talk about aura, like, you guys have it. Like, you guys don't have to be a wrestler, per se, to have an impact. You don't have to be on screen. You don't have, you know what I mean? It's just be that person, and you guys are those people. And just even in getting involved in a wrestling world in general, and like, yes, like, everything has its its positives and its negatives. You guys are such a great positive in it. So thank you guys for coming back, and thank you, Shannon, for allowing. No, I'm just kidding. No, but as a wife supporting this, I know that's not easy, and for you to let them do this and be a part of it, and actually not just let them do this, that's a horrible way of phrasing it, but also, like, being involved, and the fact that you love it too. Like, it's wrestling world, again, not easy to be involved in.
We're crazy.
Being a purpose, or being a part of a purpose, is even harder to be a part of. And you supporting it and you being a part of that purpose, I hope you know how much, like, you mean to this also.
Aw, that was really sweet.
I know, Chicago sweetheart. So guys, I was kidding. Here, go, Naynay.
Well, definitely, Missa. We're definitely thankful for you for coming in here for the first time at Tazz Knows podcast.
About time.
Okay, it's about time. We're going to continue to make this amazing podcast episodes to continue to share your story. Exactly like wrestling, we're sharing a story of who you are. You're more, we're sharing your story of what you do and what this foundation is to be and what it will continue to do. So thank you guys. I know Tazz is going to do the finish line here, but I just want to make sure that you guys know that we really appreciate you. We love you, and thank you for being our piece, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise, I think I've said it at the end of every Suplex the Stigma episode. I'm honored and blessed to be part of this. You know, I was very honored when Lewis asked me to have this be the podcast to make Suplex the Stigma the home. And I'm really glad you guys are back. Like, I enjoyed the show. Like, take away the wrestling stuff, but just the message. You know, mental health is something that's overlooked, and because I own a gym and everyone thinks it's just, you know, the physical side of things, but it's not. It is so much more than that. You know, and you guys help put things in perspective of that importance and put a spotlight on it. You know, so to be even a small part of it, just always whatever I can do to help, I'm here for you guys. You know, I'm excited for the new shirts. We didn't even plug the new shirts. Yep.
YouAreMoreShop.com.
But whatever you guys need, you know, whether it's You Are More related or Jose related, Shannon related, Lewis related, I am here for you guys. I'm in your corner no matter what. Missa, you already know I'm in your corner with whatever you got, whether, you know, Jose kind of convinces you to come back because we miss Missa Kate too, you know. But like I told you, when we first started talking about it, it was like I've gotten the past almost 6 years now to get to know Missa Kate, and I'm really looking forward to learn who Melissa Tyler is now. You know, this episode kind of went long, and you know, we went nowhere near the things that we wanted to talk about. You know, but I think it was cool that the episode started with who is Missa Kate, so that we know who Missa Kate is, and the next time that we meet together for another episode, we'll get to know who is Melissa Tyler.
Melissa Tyler.
Just don't
Let me go last.
Melissa Tyler, they wanted to name her this, but then they changed it to this.
And you know.
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg.
But I don't know about everybody else, but I'm starving, you know. So the fact
Snacks
that
or Slim Jim?
dig it, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey.
But thank you everybody for listening. You guys follow them on Instagram and social media at YouAreMore 988 at Missa Kate 23. You changed it a couple of times. at Naynay_MMA, at Tazz MMA_fitness. Follow us, stay along, keep along with everything that we're doing. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you all back next week.
Bye.
It's playing? We're going?
Yeah.
Okay, you forgot to say the thing.
What
Remember?
thing?
You didn't do your Naynay. You gotta do that Naynay.
Oh, it's a little loud.
Oh, sorry. Keep that in.
It's Naynay. Yay!
Yay!
Okay.
See, you did it now.
Yeah. I'm happy now. You guys can go F yourselves. Just kidding.
Speaking of people forgetting things, didn't you forget something, Missa?
I don't think so.
I'm happy now.
Missa, you didn't actually read the contract we sent you over. I know you're our first ever ambassador. We're going to have exclusive Missa merch on youandmoreshop.com. Yeah, exclusive Missa merch with causes being benefited that are close to Missa's heart. And then there's another thing that we didn't tell you.
Well, wait, what is the Missa merch? What is the Missa merch?
Oh,
What is the miss?
good, better, best. Figure out the rest. Exclusive Chicago Missa merch coming soon. Youandmoreshop.com.
Okay, I like this. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
You want another announcement?
Yeah, let's go.
Another announcement. All right.
Okay.
We are going to the Squared Circle Expo. Woo! We're going to hang out again.
But I'm retired. Like,
Doesn't matter. We're going to have fun.
I stopped.
Yay.
We thought you said you were real tired.
Yeah. See,
No,
that's-
I said retired.
We're going to go. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time.
Thank you guys.